It's the day after Christmas and those fantasy football finals. Let's go through those picks right after this. Welcome back, everybody, and Merry Christmas to you all. I hope you are having a great Christmas season so far, and it is the finals for fantasy football playoffs, and I hope you guys are in it as well. I am. We have made it, and we are going to celebrate hard today, and guess what? It's time to go through those picks again, and you know what we have to do before we go through those picks again. We need to get Christmas litty. Now, I just want to tell you guys before we talk about the quarterback what I am smoking on. This is that ZTFO Big Sean tribute from Zennis Fuck Carts out of the vapor slide using that DHC Snowy the Bear. It is so flavorful. But let's talk quarterback, and you know what we got to do this week. It's a Jalen Hurts week. It is. And why? Because Jalen Hurts is showing up lately. And guess what? It's Dallas. It's a division game. And we like when these show up. He is expensive. He is $7,000. But look, I think he's going to show up in a big way this week. They really like him. He is an elite player and expect him to have another huge day. Not 40 points, but more in the 30-point range. So get him in your lineup and get this into your lungs. Now let's get into the running backs for the week, and let's go talk about Mandatory Montgomery in Chicago. We thought he was going to blow up last week. He did. He was in our big money lineup, and he's going to do it again. He's got Jacksonville. He has a large price tag. It caught up to him at $7,700, but we're going to use some other guys to fit him in your lineup. Guys who are getting opportunities like Lev Bell. Oh my God, who thought that when it was coming week 16 that Lev Bell for KC is going to be the guy you're looking to? And it is. He's going to be starting. He's probably going to be getting all the points, and expect him to have a huge day. At $5,800, we're going to pair him with another guy who showed up last week in a weird way against the Steelers, and that's Gio Bernard. People hate when I pick Gio Bernard, but he's going up against the worst rush defense in the league, and I think this is his week to show up. He could put up another 20 points, and he's only priced at $4,800. So get Gio in your lineup, check him out early and often, and time to bake that face again, people. And now on to the wide receivers, and this week I'm targeting a guy in Chicago that I targeted last week, and he did very well for me, and that's Darnell Mooney. He's very cheap, great for DFS lineups this week to fit some high volume players in there, and he's only at $4,000 going up against the worst pass defense in the league. So you're going to want him in your lineup, and you're going to pair him with another guy this week who's going to probably blow up, and that's the F1 McLaren. We talk about him a lot, and guess who's coming it down? It's Carolina. And guess who sucks against the pass? It's Carolina. There's a lot of points to be had in this game. I think F1 is the guy that they're going to go to, or Logan Thomas, one of the two. I like both in your lineups this week, but target McLaren. And another guy who I'm loving this week is Cooper. Fill up my cup, because it's Seattle and they have to make up for what happened last week. I don't know if you guys noticed, but they fucking lost to the Jets. Yeah, nobody saw that coming. So this is a make-right game for them, and Cooper Kupp is the guy that's going to make right. I feel like he's going to catch a crazy amount of targets this week. So at $6,600, I like him in your lineup, especially against that Seattle defense that likes to give up a lot of points. So get him in, and more face bakey, people. And now we're on to the tight end, and we're going to talk about the tight end and the defense here because they're coming from the same team, and we're going to start with the tight end first, and that's going to be Austin Hooper for the Cleveland Browns. Look, I like Austin Hooper this week. There are 3 tight ends there, believe it or not, which is crazy to have 3 talented tight ends, but that's just it. They're very talented, and you have the Jets this week. The Jets aren't great at covering the tight end. Again, they're 32nd in the league, so I expect him to have a solid day at $3,500, which is a nice value for a tight end to slide in your lineup, and we're going to pair him with his Cleveland Browns defense because it is the Jets. We talked about them last week against the Rams. They didn't show up, but I think that was a really weird week. I expect the Browns to show up this week. Myles Garrett ain't having that, so expect Myles and company to show up against the Jets, and that should round out the lineup, guys. Please copy it. Hope you guys make money for the holiday season going into the new year in 2021. And before we get out of here, we definitely have to celebrate how the season went. I hope you all have one along with me. So this is what we're going to have to do now. We're doing this. This is what we're going to be doing, people. We're going to take a spin in the Stunden. And I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me. This has been an amazing season. 2020 has been kind of shitty, but this has been a bright spot. Love doing this with you guys. Love talking fantasy football. So hopefully we're going to do this again next year in maybe another location. Who knows? But going to be back for next week. We're going to talk about if we won our fantasy Super Bowl and give you a lineup for week 17. But in the meantime, let's get out of here with a little keyline dab in the Stunden. Now, as this gets to 10, I want to thank you guys so much. Again, it's been a crazy year. I hope you guys had a great Christmas. Hope you guys are winning your fantasy playoffs. And I hope you guys are going to have an amazing 2021 to erase all this nonsense of 2020. Keep doing what you're doing for the community. Stay beautiful. And most importantly, here we go. Stay lit.